So we had yet another one of these peace deals. This is something that the left doesn't want to talk about. Suddenly, peace in the Middle East doesn't matter anymore. Sudan has now just signed a deal with Israel to normalize relations. This goes after the UAE peace deal, the Bahrain peace deal. Egypt has said this is fantastic to see Israel and Sudan making peace, which is great because Egypt has historically had their own share of problems with both Israel and Sudan. Fascinating thing about this here, Kayleigh McEnany, the press secretary, said that Trump makes it look easy, but, you know, it isn't. The thing is, two things. Number one, Trump saw through the whole facade of the foreign policy establishment, which said that the Palestinians were the key to peace. No, nobody actually thought that was the key to peace. It's actually getting a coalition together against Iran. But the other thing, too, that I find fascinating, and we're going to talk about this in a bit, the debate they held on Friday, our time, was supposed to be the foreign policy debate. But because foreign policy is such an unalloyed success of this administration, you know, going off the record of Obama and George W. Bush and everybody else in the past, they said, no, we'll make it about other things. We can talk about, I don't know, COVID responses and the economy and things like that. You know, ground that Joe Biden might find a bit more comfortable to be on.
Lauren, we're going to look at the debate in a second. We've got some great highlights from it. But this whole thing with the crime bill, that was a big part of the debate. Tell us a little bit what that is about, because I think a lot of people here didn't really understand what Donald Trump's role in the crime bill and why he was attacking Biden over it.
Right. So, of course, the Democrats are all over trying to be the candidates for the guy on the ground that's against the evil police. But Biden was the one who brought in the '94 crime bill that crowded prisons, put tons of people. There was one man, Duke Tanner, who was put in jail for life for a drug charge. And Trump was actually the one who got him out. And there's this beautiful video that Trump Jr. posted of him meeting his son for the first time since he was 2 years old.
Let's have a look.
20 years ago, I fought at the Trump Casino, and now you signed to give me clemency. First, I didn't know it was real until I was able to bring and touch this little guy right here. I left him when he was 2 years old, President Trump. You reunited me back to my family. I lost my mother and my father, but I got him, and this is what I live for. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, all praise and glory go to God. Thank you.
And this man was supposed to be in jail for life because of a bill that Biden passed. How can the Democrats pretend to be the candidates of, first of all, black people and people in America that are raging against an unjust system?
Absolutely. I wonder what Duke Tanner would have thought of Joe Biden's claim that he's not black.
Well, yeah, that's
Trump.
right.
You're not black, mate. Sorry, you did 20 years or whatever it is in jail, but you ain't black.
No, you can't.
Unbelievable stuff. I want to show you a bit more on that. This was some three girls who were filmed in a park chatting. They're undecided voters. They were being interviewed about who they were going to vote for. Have a listen.
Does the presence of Kamala Harris on the Democratic ticket sway you at all?
Not at all. I don't know who said she had our vote. She does not. We were supposed to grab onto Kamala with the black girl magic, but that didn't happen because she didn't right her wrongs.
Like, I hold officials accountable. I don't care what color you are. And I think that too often we automatically think that because someone looks like you, that they're going to have your best interests at heart. And that's just not simply true.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, it shows, number one, that these three women understand the nature of America and what America is all about far more than the Democratic Party. You know, that line about how, you know, it's not about what you look like, but it's about what you do. But the other fascinating thing to me is Kamala Harris has been kept in witness protection this entire election. She was supposed to be the one who was supposed to shore up the minority vote. But remember, she bombed out of the primaries, guys. She was a complete failure as a candidate there. They won't put her out again because she got her clock cleaned by Mike Pence. This has turned out to be a disaster for the Democrats.
All of which goes to the Trump slide, which is coming along, backing it up.
Well, it better be, because we know that Joe Biden won't last that first term, and you'd have her as president.